Starting today about an hour later than normal, but it's all good. Sometimes that happens. But we'll be going for about an hour and a half today. We finished Metroid Prime 2 yesterday. It was quite the journey over three and a half weeks. And we're going to be transitioning to a lot of game design, playtesting, game development. For Switch Ball Deluxe, you're looking at the title screen. If you have never seen it before, the title screen is the only AI-generated image. Everything else is not, though much of the art in the game will need to be updated or simply created. There's a lot of stand-in stuff. However, the gameplay is working fantastically, and we're going to make a few levels today. There's going to be 160 levels in the base game. When I say base, oops, didn't mean to go gauntlet mode. It's kind of when the game is released. There'll be 10 worlds. Each of these 10 worlds will have 16 levels each, as you see here. So, it's a game that is in the universe of Blister Blight, which is an action platformer that one day hopefully I'll get back to. It's a very ambitious project. It was my first project that was a failed Kickstarter, but this guy is going to have it is much smaller scope, even so with 160 levels. It's funny how you start making something and you're like, I'll try to make this in 6 months. And now it's been about 14, 15 months. But a lot of that has been making these levels and creating all the gimmicks for the levels. So, today we're going to make 3 levels. If we look at my little Excel sheet, this is the cheat sheet I have that you get to look at too. We only have these 11 left, so each of these are the worlds. So I have 2 nuclear. This is a power plant style game, so that's the theme for each of these worlds. 2 nuclear, 2 geothermal, 1 antimatter, 2 in the wormholes world, and 4 in Omega. And one of each of these last 2 will need to be bosses, whereas the Omega one is like the final boss. So that's what we're going to be doing. Is we're going to be doing 3 levels today. Probably won't do any boss levels today. Those tend to take about twice as long. The levels generally take about 30 minutes on average to create like the base level, and then it'll need to be updated later with playtesting and stuff. So let's see what 3 we want to do today. We also have some delightful little Christmas jazz in the background. I like it. It's very appropriate and chill. I think we're going to do the last one for antimatter, a geothermal, and a nuclear. Let's do 1, 1, 1. So we'll create our quests. Do 1 nuclear, 1 geothermal, 1 antimatter. How big it is. This is what we're gonna do today. Woo! Woo! But it's been a little bit, at least a week or so, since I've played it. So let's get into it a little bit, play a couple nuclear levels, get a feel, and see what we have. Okay. So nuclear, the gimmick is that you have big bricks. So this one in discharge, you're trying to build up a combo. And then once you kind of are able to do that, then you can go in here. Boom! Which is great. However, one of the things I realized in this level is that if you achieve that, you still have like this cleanup on the edges. And it's just like, it doesn't feel great. So those might change with playtesting later. You also have other ones. We have a Fibonacci one, which is interesting. Let's go through each of them. Forest. Little trees. Timing blast. This is one that moves. That one's pretty neat. Propulsion. This one looks like a comet or a telescope or something propelling. Boom. It's the letters boom. Nocturnal. This is a very cool puzzle level where you're trying to avoid the lights. Subtle symmetry. This one also is a moving level. Hydro. Trophy. It's a trophy. Pretty. It's a speed level. Computer setup. This is a puzzle level. You have to do it almost perfectly in order to be able to complete it. Switching lanes. This one is a just a cool design, going back and forth between the cyan and gold. Hodgepodge. This is a hodgepodge level. He's got some, it's a mix. Octo combo face. It's creepy. It's a creepy octopus. And in order to destroy the red bricks, you have to have combo. And then we have 2 here left to do, and we also have our boss, where these bricks are quickly regenerating. If I look at a little cheat sheet that we have, we're tracking stuff. I have a tab for all the levels, so I go down to nuclear. We can have them all here. I have details about what they are, what colors they're being used. These columns are for whether they've been created. At the beginning, I was just coming up with ideas sometimes, but generally there will always have an X here. And this column is whether times have been set. So that's for ranks, whether ranks have been set. So this isn't even accurate. Some of these do have ranks, but we were setting these last time we were playtesting. So if I go down here, until the final world, you can only combine 2 mechanics. That's kind of the base game design. So we have 2 nuclear and moving, 2 with light, and 2 with rotation. So we could do 2 more, or we could just do a normal one. One of the levels I wanted to play again was this one. So nuclear is all about maximizing combo. Nope. I messed up. Ah. This level's not easy. At least to beat quickly. Oh, that was dumb. Clearly, I'm on my A game to start today. No. Not really showing off the level. I've lost compost ceilings. A 107. That's almost a failure in my book. Alright, let's try it again. So I think you want to go right, like we were doing. And then we're going to go here. I missed it. Oh, I missed. Let's try it again. Maybe we just go underneath that one. Like this. Oh, that was been so good. Try it again. This is definitely a harder level. Oh yeah, that was good. That was clean. And now I can go, bam. Ho 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 ho. Oh no, I still have this rogue yellow one over here. Hey, new record. Those times are not legitimate ranks, but 36 is definitely a best. Okay. Let's make a level. Open up the old level editor. The old Scooby-Doo. You just hold down right click and all the bricks go away. I put some up here so that if the level accidentally starts, the way a level knows it's completed is if there's no more of these energy bricks. So I always put a couple off to the side. So this is save level 78. All right. So what's a cool idea we could do? I just finished Metroid Prime 2. I was like, oh, I could do cool like pictures of Nintendo characters and they get copyrighted. Can they copyright an image? Probably. If you did like a pixel art. I don't know. Let's see. So there's really four types of levels. There's puzzle levels, where there is either a defined path, that's the best way to go about it, or it's tricky to retain your combo and you really need to do certain things in order to win. There's tricky, that just means you're using the level features or gimmicks in a challenging way in order to navigate through. There are speed levels, where essentially you only have one color, normally, sometimes two, but usually just one, and you're accumulating combo really quickly, so it's easy to beat the level fast, but it's challenging to beat the level really fast, so like the ranks will be really quick. And then there's picture levels, which can be any one of those, can be a picture level as well, which essentially is just pixel art. And I guess there's another type where you're trying to actively avoid hitting certain blocks. But that can kind of be thrown into the puzzle genre as well. But for nuclear bricks, you can make them however big we want. Now, nuclear is one of the most common types of bricks in the later worlds, 6 through 10, because of how useful they are as a gameplay mechanic. They're one of the main mechanics that make levels easier. So some of the mechanics each world introduces makes the game more challenging, such as the Hydro level makes it much more challenging because everything's moving. Whereas Nuclear, because the big explosions, make it easier. So making a challenging Nuclear level, like the one we just played, you need a lot more color going on to be able to play it quicker. And to make it so it's not just like, oh, one big brick destroys everything on screen, which often is the intent of Nuclear. There was one idea I had before, which was like an oil drum. I guess that was going to be geothermal, though. I kind of like one where they're disconnected. Let's start with red. So like if you're like this, neither of these will hit each other. Is there a way we could do one that's interesting that's like a pyramid? We haven't done like a pyramid before. And generally a pyramid's not going to be great because we do have a volcano for the end of the boss of geothermal. But if we do like a mountain or a pyramid, we can do it with blocks. That's perfect. Yeah, let's do a pyramid. How have we not done a pyramid yet? Okay, so make sure I didn't delete any of those. How big are the bricks of the pyramid? We also haven't done a sphinx, but we're not going to do a sphinx. You could just have one that's only big blocks. Have we done that? I'm not sure. No, this isn't going to be very interesting. But we'll do it. And we'll just get the baseline down, and then we'll figure it out from there. Ooh, it's gold! I do have a grid system here too, so if this is a little bit helpful, you don't have to click directly on the spot. You can see it's slightly broken because I just didn't feel like fixing it from the level editor it's built off of. No, it's not enough spots. Look at that. Beautiful. This could actually be interesting. The reason we usually use smaller blocks is because it gives you more opportunity for combo. Because the more blocks there are, the more hits there are, and every 5 hits gives you increases your combo level. Alright, so we're going to do this. I'm going to put some orange ones here. Actually, it's going to be a mix of orange and yellow. What's nice about them being this big is you can really see the design difference in these bricks. So there was thought put into color blindness to have each brick's design in the middle also distinguishable. It could be even exaggerated, but shoutouts to FXY who did the art on that. Let's see here. So pop, 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 pop. And that, if you do it right now, it'll just be so we can test the very silly level if we want. We go. Boop, 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 boop. Wow, what a level. No. And now it's kind of eh. Ta-da! Alright. So I like the idea of big ones on the outside and these little ones on the inside. So like this honeycomb shape right here. What if we had little guys lining it? Oh, yeah. And then what if you had the outside ones? Like that. Mm-hmm. Oh, that's looking like a thing now. That's looking like a thing. Oh. Okay. But if you get in there, you're gonna go ba 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 ba. You need a way to change color. Those. Oh. That's kind of cool looking. I mean, I could have made it more symmetric because the bottom is not quite symmetric with the top. But I think that adds something to it. Alright, let's try this out. So you go bop, and you go bop, you go bop, bop, bop. And now you get this. Hoppa. Nope, already broke. No. Oh, geez. Can I even get in there now? Oh. Oh. Interesting. Oh. Uh-oh. Oh, you need combo. Oh. Oops. Oh. Alright. That turned out suckish, and then ended up being amazing. So I think what we need to do is these top ones. And then we go bop, bop, bam. And then we get it. Oh, no, no. What? What did I hit? Wait a second. I thought I hit a color block. I want to leave that one. Oh, I must have hit that. Alright, Alright, now we get in there and go bam. Bam. Alright, we saw that again, right? I hit this block. How did I lose combo hitting a color block? What's just happened? I need to rewatch that. That's happened twice. That's not supposed to be possible. Is it because of the way that the blocks are overlapping? There's something weird going on here. It was this, right? Or did I... I don't know. I don't know how that triggered. You know, I could not... I mean, that one's me. I could not use orange and yellow to make it a little bit easier. Usually I don't use similar colors in order to distinguish, despite we're talking about the color differences. That was weird though. And then you can just clean up at the end, which feels good. Huh. Yeah, let's not use orange and yellow. I like the yellow big bricks. Big fan of that. We'll make the other one stand out a little bit more. Blue? Blue. Do 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 do. Tidings, comfort, and joy. Comfort and joy. Alright. There is a possibility that bricks are being covered up by others. Like I laid down a color brick. Oh, now it looks crazy. Change that. Okay, almost done. Boom. Alright, let's do this one quickly. Speed time. Bam. Bam. That is so odd. Alright. So it happened when I went 1, 2, 3, 4. And here, I'm going to lose combo when I hit this color block. Oh, and I didn't change color. Look. It's not changing my color. What if I go to the right a little bit? Whoa. Why is this block? The left side of this block is not working. What? What? This is brand new. Does it happen on everyone? No. What is with this block right here? Wait a second. It's this one. right here. Alright, if I take out stuff and I just put 1 in that same spot. Alright, I don't know what the spot was, crap. Right here. Let's just remove some blocks around it and isolate it. I think it has to do with this nuclear block being right next to it. I've never encountered this, though, in another level, which is so wild. Alright, let's do that and see what happens. So, I don't think getting the combo matters. But we'll just do it anyway. So now, if I go on the left side of this block, does it still happen? It's isolated. No, it doesn't. So it's definitely... I think it's this block right here, this nuclear block. It thinks it's hitting this. Or something? I don't know. This is such a bizarre bug. This is like a core coding thing. The foundation of the game is built off of these working. No. I think we're gonna have to do some code. Have to do a little bit of a dive into the code. Great. Alright, so let's get to the point where it's happening. And then we're gonna have to go on a code adventure. So just clear these away. And right here. Oh, baby. Looks like we're going to be going on a coding adventure. Hooray. This is unanticipated. Come on. Oh my gosh. These programs, every time you start them up, they're like, "Hey, you want to do updates?" No. All I'm trying to do is get a timer. There it is. Here's our timer. I'll put it right over my head. Make it a little bit bigger. Alright, this is our coding adventure. Our goal is to figure out why this is happening. Now the good thing is that if I click resume, it just is happening literally every time. So all I need to do is set a breakpoint, see what happens when the guy hits the thing, and then we'll be able to see why it's doing that. And you're gonna get a little look-see into the spaghetti code. It's not that bad. Of collision detection. So let's start our timer here. See how long this coding adventure takes. So we're gonna need to show. Let's pause this. Visual Studio. Oh, that's not the one I want. Bro. Alright, I'm gonna do this again. Capture my Visual Studio, please. There it is. I'm gonna put you down here-ish. Okay, so this is good enough. We are gonna move over to, this is actually happening in the player class. And you don't need to see this. Check for status change left, right. No. So we need to check for status change up, down. This one. And what's happening is if we scroll down here, we're going to get to where it's going to change its color. It's going to say, what's the collision platform color? And this is where it's breaking. So now we're going to go back to the game, and we'll just click resume. And what I wanted to say is yellow paint. What it thinks it is yellow. And if I go back to the game here, so these are called paint bricks in the code. They're changing the color of the brick. They're painting them. These are just the yellow bricks. Right here, it's thinking it's hitting a yellow brick, which I'm guessing it's thinking it's hitting this nuclear one. Which means the detection's somehow a little bit wonky with this configuration of bricks. So we can go up and see where this collision platform color came from. And it's the collision platform. And I think it has to do with the size multiplier. So its collision was down right, I think. Yep. So we're going to take a look here, and we're going to do it again. We're just going to click continue. All right, so it did it again, because it was just running in the background. Our collision position is the bottom right corner. And we're just going to step through this. So our collision platform, and this is where our size multiplier, we can only see that. Active platforms where the collision position.y is less than or equal to 2. So you're getting the bottom right of the ball. That's the bottom right corner. This is the impenetrable collision box, the box of the ball. And the bottom right of that is trying to hit the top left of the platform we're colliding with. In this case, I would think that would be this color block. But right now it's thinking it's this one, this nuclear block. Let's try to see why. Our collision platform color subtype is yellow. So it's where in the top left corner is within 2. So that's true for like this whole row of blocks. The Y is within 2. And then the top left corner dot X minus the collision position dot X. So now we're talking about the X coordinate. So these two spots, the bottom right corner and the top left corner of this box, are those less than or equal to the size multiplier. Now a multiplier of a normal block is 1. I think by default, if we go to that, and then increases 2, 3, 4, 5 for nuclear size bricks, just keeps going up. So if we get the size multiplier here, yeah, by default it's 1. So we can go back to the player. And they're saying, well, the X position is less than or equal to 8. Now, I think what's happening is it's finding this one, which is less than or equal to 8. But for the nuclear brick, which I didn't think about this. I think I figured out what it is. For the nuclear brick, it's saying, is it less than or equal to 16 for the X coordinate? And it's multiplying it via the size multiplier because the corners of these bricks are bigger. Not bigger, that's not the right way to say it. There's more surface area on a big brick. But did I just blindly copy paste that down? So what's doing is it's finding two bricks that are applicable here. It's finding this brick and it's finding this brick. It's doing a first or default, which is assuming it would only find one, which is why I'm doing a first or default. And it just happens to be selecting this big yellow brick rather than the paint brick. So that's what's happening. So why am I using the size multiplier for? Because I'm getting the absolute value of their positions. So this guy's position's up here. And if this was like hitting the middle, but that just means that the radius, it wouldn't be bottom right though. Where am I using size multiplier here? I mean, I definitely put it in for each of the corners for the X. I don't know if I need it. So for example, up left. If the ball is moving up like this, its top left coordinate is colliding with something. It's going to look at the bottom right of a brick right here. So it's going to be going up, bonk, and this might be a mirror image or whatever, I don't know. It's going up and it's bonking this. I could also draw it, but so it's going pop. The bottom right coordinates dot x position and its x position, why would that need to be multiplied based off of the size? Because its x position of that block of the bottom right corner is not any different. Like why isn't that less than or equal to 2? I made the x less than or equal to 8. Why did I make the x so much greater than the y? If we're using corners. I don't know. Like if they're small bricks, then 8 just works because there's going to be no other platforms within 8. Each of these bricks, this is a 16 by 16 brick. So if I'm hitting this right here in the corners, there will be no other bricks within 8 that have that position. So 8 is just a fine Like, it could be 2. But I don't know why I'm increasing it for the size if on the x-coordinate I'm hitting one of these. And it's considered the right side. Maybe it's because as the bricks get bigger, I need to increase the scope of what is the top left. I think the top left, I just need to go into the definition of top left. So if I go to bottom right, what is bottom right actually doing? It's getting the boundary position plus its width and height. So it's getting the exact location. Is this width and height accurate? I just have to assume it is. I mean, I can look in the level builder when we place a platform down. So let's look at where we place a platform down here. Look for size multiplier. Right here. Am I changing the width based off of the size multiplier? It's definitely setting it. It's a platform effect. Width. Don't know. You ever do coding and you're like, I don't know. I don't know, it just sort of works. Oh, right here. Yeah, I am. It's doing the size multiplier times the source rectangle width. All right, it is. Yeah, I think actually what we can do here, we're actually going to stop the game. And I think we are going to refactor this. I think this can just be less than or equal to 2 for the x as well. I don't see why we need to do this. Actually, for all of this, I think it can always be... If it's doing 2 for y, I don't see why it can't be 2 for x. For all of these. Even for light sources, I don't see why the light source position needs to be less than or equal for the x-axis 8. But let's just do it for platforms for now. And then later, if I want to do it for that, I can do that. So I'm just going to comment out 1 here, just as a reminder, and for the rest of these, I'm just going to do 2. And we'll see if this critically breaks the game for nuclear. Or for really any of them. Right now it's checking for 8. And then we also have the same, not the same method, but a similar method. For left, right. So when the ball is moving left or right, we're doing the same thing here. And we're just going to make that 2. And hopefully this fixes it and doesn't completely break it. Yay! Alright, let's do it. We're gonna get done 1 level today. Alright. Gotta turn off the sound. One day I'll fix this menu. Alright, first we'll do it on the one we were testing on, and then we'll do a general use case. It's not working. Oh, we got it. Alright, nuclear bricks don't work anymore. Why? Alright, what do normal bricks work? No. I think I'm not understanding my code. No, end the program before we lose. Alright, I'm definitely not understanding what's going on. Woohoo! Let's just do a little bit of a Control Z action. Zoop, zoop, zoop. And we'll think about this again. So. Bottom middle dot X. Oh, because I'm... A lot of them are checking the middles of the bricks, not the corners. And it's applicable... Oh, it's because whether I'm colliding from the up middle. And that actually is determining this. So we need to see where this is actually triggering first. What I did might work if it changes. So this is just an if, else if, else if. And it thinks I'm doing up middle. That up middle check is based off of where it's being called. Here. So this left, middle, right, left is saying we're checking it in up left, up middle, up right, down left, down middle, down right. So in this order it's checking whether you're colliding with something. And here it's saying, hey, is the top left corner colliding? I see. So like if you're going down, if the ball is moving down, the ball's collision box is pretty small. I think it's only 8 pixels wide. If the ball is moving down and its bottom middle is found to be colliding, it's going to check that rather than the bottom right corner. Even if both the bottom middle and the bottom right corner are both colliding, it's going to check the middle first. And if that's true, it's not even going to do the check for the bottom right corner. And this is colliding up and is colliding down is its own thing, which is doing this complex collision detection using rays. The surrounding boxes, yeah. Oh, and it's looking to see. Okay, no, that's just which ones is different. Okay, Yeah, it's doing something fancier. Okay. So, right now, let's just put it this way. This is what you get to as an indie studio or as a single game dev or whenever you're doing coding. Generally, if I was part of a larger team, you can't just be so cavalier about bug fixes and updates. But what we have right now is a use case that's breaking. The use case that's breaking is that oh wait, we could actually see something really cool with the use case that's breaking. We were seeing the thing when we were breaking combo. But I want to do something cool first before we attempt to fix this. So we're going to go back here. So we were theoretically hitting the yellow brick. Where's my commented out stuff? Did I put it back? I think I put it back. Which means theoretically I can hit that color brick as yellow and it will destroy the ones to the right. I want to make sure that's happening too. I see no reason why it wouldn't happen. Let's do it. Alright, so we're going to go here. And theoretically, what's going to happen is now, if I hit this yellow brick, this will destroy this brick. Watch this. It worked. Good. How has this not come up? That's kind of wild. This has never occurred in any of the configurations. I could just change the configuration of the bricks. It would also theoretically happen right here. This is the same kind of thing. So if I get over there, let's get over there and not make sure I don't destroy it. Oh, this won't do it, yeah. So now if I go yellow and I hit the left side of this, it should destroy this thing. Right. Ah, I missed. Yes, it worked. Okay. Interesting. Is that true then with any nuclear brick? Was I just not noticing? This is a hard one. Okay. By the way, I totally forgot to unhide Visual Studio. I was testing it. No. I'll show it again. Bad streamer. So we just go over here. Show this again. show that when I go yellow and hit this on the edge, it destroys that. So what we need to do... Oh, this is actually not that hard. Oh my gosh, I'm silly. We just need to get the minimum one. It's not that hard. So what we're doing here is we're doing a first or default. There are 2 platforms that are within this range. We just need to get the platform that is the minimum distance here for the X. And then when we do the other one, we're checking the, and by the other one I mean the other method. I think it's doing it for the Y position. And if it's not, I need to fix it. No, it is. It's doing it for the Y position. There we just need to get the minimum. Because all we're saying then is that if I'm oh, I'm not showing anymore. We're finding 2 that are within a specific range. All I have to do is find the one that's closest. And then we're Gucci. So even if you have a whole bunch that meet those parameters, I just need to get the smallest one. It's not that hard. So here, collision platforms. And how can we do this in less lines? Because eventually we want collision platform. Now we could, let's just do it kind of not smart first, and then we'll try to make it smart and refine it. So what we're gonna do is their collision platforms, and we're gonna do this. I think it's the whole thing. And we're gonna do that to list. And what we want to do is we want to say if collision platforms dot count is greater than 1. And you say else, and then I think that's it we're using for a collision platform here. No, we use it later. Do we use it later? Do we use this later? Yeah, 100% we do. Rotation. Position, yeah. Okay. We're not gonna do this yet. So if the count is greater than 1, that means we have multiple that meet it. We want to get the minimum collide position.x. So we're going to say the min position x is equal to this dot min, and c is the oh. No, wait, that's not quite right. We're gonna have multiple You know how tempted I am to use ChatGPT right now? No. We're gonna use our brain. We could do a for each loop. Get this absolute value. Find what the minimum one is. And then our collision platform is that one. Alright, that's what we're gonna do. Because there's only ever really going to be two. I don't see how there could be three. But. And then we're going to say. Collision radius. Collision distance. We want to say this is where min collision distance equals, I don't know, nothing's gonna be greater than 100. Just set it arbitrarily large. I mean, technically, no, you don't need that. You can say var equals. And what we're testing is this right here. Instead of C, it's P. So it's our P done punishable box minus that. We know it's less than that. So all we're trying to do is now we're not trying to compare it, whether it's that. We're just trying to get this. Right? And what we're going to say is if this is less than what we already have. Oh, that's why we need to set it. I don't know. Set it to like 1,000. Some arbitrarily large number. So we're just going to say our distance, if that's less than that, right, then you say, then set it equal to that, else set it equal to itself. Why doesn't it like that? What is it? Can that type of float? Fine. F. So I defined it to an integer. If you put f at the end of a number and creates a float value. So this is now float. I could also say float, but so what this is saying is we're getting our min collision distance because we want the minimum one. And we're saying, hey, if the current one calculation is less than what we have already, set it equal to that, otherwise do itself. So it's eventually just going to get the smallest one. And then that gets the minimum one. And then we want this platform, because we use it for more than just check. We then want to set this platform to be that, because like you can see down here, it's setting it equal to the first or default one. So then after we're done with that, we're going to do this. We're going to say set this equal to these. Let me say dot where c dot, and now we can do this calculation, which is just this. The math dot absolute value. We need to do the absolute value, of course. Forgot that part. So then here we can just take this and that. And we can say where that is equal to this. And then we'll take the first or default of that. All right, so what did we do? So we're saying if the count is greater than 1, and then we'll say else. This. So if there are more than one platform that happen to be within a given range on the x-axis, we are going to set some arbitrarily large distance. Here we're saying 1,000. Then we're going to loop through those platforms. We're going to find the minimum distance. So if there are multiple within a given range, we're going to find the minimum one. We're doing that by using the same check that we did to find the original batch. And if it's less than or equal to, or less than the first one we had, that minimum will be that. Otherwise, it'll go with itself. So say it set itself to 6. And then the next one it set itself and it says, oh, now it's 6. And the next one's 4, it'll be 4. And it'll just keep looping through. Once we have that minimum collision distance, we are then going to set our collision platform, because that is used later, to be one of that batch. And we're just going to say where that happens to be the minimum that we found. And we're just going to get it. Otherwise, if there aren't more than one, we can just move forward and use the existing code, and it's all Gucci. There you go. And because of the way that this works, I need to repeat this for up middle and all of the other locations. And the reason I'm doing that is, I don't know, there might be a better way of doing it. This is repetitive and it was easy to do. So what is the difference here? What it's doing here. What we can do is do one of these. Ooh, we can scroll down. Down middle. And if we look, this is what's changing. This right here, these three lines are now this whole section. Oh, I guess this too. It's using top middle, bottom middle. So if we copy this in, we would just need to change it all to top middle instead of bottom middle. I think that's it. I think it's the only difference. Yeah, because we're looking at this. It's just bottom middle instead of top middle. And then that's similar for each of the types. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to take this big chunk of code and we're just going to copy it. Boop. And then wherever it says bottom middle, it needs to say top middle. Now, we could do a little find and replace, or we could be super fast. Look at that, I'm super fast. And then this is no longer needed because we have the else. So I actually can delete, I did delete this one. Oh, we're out of music. We're out of Jazz Christmas? Nah. It was just waiting on me. Alright, so it's this whole thing. Collision platforms, yeah. So this is bottom right corner. Take that. Now you can decide how you would have coded it differently. How would you have done this? You could say, well, you're just doing a lot of monkey work now. I'm like, yeah. Maybe this could have like a method. Why is this top right corner? I don't know, I'm gonna trust it. I'm not changing that. Something to do with about boxes. Yeah, that's how it's colliding. The whole game was made like this. You do a thing and then you test it. Now, if you're a developer and you happen to watch this at some point, you might be thinking, yeah, well, what unit tests are you gonna do in order for this not to break in the future? And then I just sort of wait till crickets start chirping. And then I ignore your question forever. Unit tests in my video game. Ain't nobody got time for that. This game's tiny. It's fine. Alright, so I did it all there. That's going to work for uppy downies. Technically, it could also work like this. Again, I don't know of any use cases in-game where it's affecting it. But we have to change it left-right as well. But first, before we do that, let's test that this works. Now my music's just not playing anyway. All right, we'll choose a different channel too. How about Christmas? Lo-fi Christmas. Everyone likes lo-fi. Lo-fi Christmas, sure, whatever, bro. Snow-fi. This is some snow-fi. Okay, we're gonna do the simplest level. It's working. Alright, that's good. Thus far, what we have is not breaking. Yet. Okay. Now we're gonna try to do color bricks. Do a more, do the festive one for the festive music. Alright, it's looking pretty good. It's not breaking. Good. Very good. Now we are going to... You know what would be amazing? If this fixed the problems with the hydro. Because hydro, sometimes you would hit a brick and it wouldn't work. And I think it wasn't doing a first or default. This might have fixed the hydro problem too. Because sometimes a brick would be moving and you'd hit it and nothing would happen. And I'd be like, what? That's not good. But now if I get the minimum one that you're close to, maybe it'll just work. We could have fixed 2 issues here. Incredible. I mean, a great one to test it on would be, oh no, I missed. I mean, thus far, it hasn't broken. It's a feature. I mean, thus far, it's working. Oh, nope, it just did it. You see, it just bounced. Hasn't broken, though. Like, broken. Get in there. No, I can't get in. There we go. Dang. Where am I? Oh, come on. Is that moving a little jaggy? The extra checks we might have done might have lagged it. Let's look at that again. Nah, it's fine. That's what we're looking for. Nah, yeah, they're moving smooth. Ho ho, new best time. Okay, now for the real test. The whole point. Okay, here we go. It's currently working as normal. Great. Uh-huh. I want to hit this one just to feel good. Dang it! Alright, so if I go blue, I should just change my color. Oh, worked! No doubts. And now if I hit this, it does not destroy it. Boom! Let's go! We did the coding adventure together. We can now play the level as intended. Sorta. Because we don't want to neglect the updates still needed. Okay, so we're going to need to finish our updates before we're done. And then we're going to play test the level. See, this just sounds like lo-fi with like a little bit jingle bells in there. Which is fine. So, we fixed the method that's going uppy downies. Now what we need to do is fix the methods that go lefty righties. So these ones. So these are going to be different, pretty different actually. Because this guy is going in here. Home. And you can see here, it is the Y that we are checking now. So it's actually somewhat straightforward. We just have to change all of these again. But we want to be looking specifically at this. So this is X. And then this is Y. And then all of these checks are on the Y-axis. Man, our coding adventure is gonna break an hour. You know? Alright, so X and then the Y is the one being checked. Y, 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 Y. This is correct. X is 2, Y. Cool. And then this is where we're gonna copy down to the other locations. Oh, nope, didn't want to do that top one. Whoa! That one does not change. This thing. Copy. Bottom right. Oh, geez. Forgot to copy the whole thing. There we go. go up like that. And we just got a couple more. Ba, ba. Okay. Bottom left. Bada bing. Scooby-Doo. So it's bottom left. All right. Top left. Do. I think that is all of the. Yeah. All right. Let me test that too. I'll show the game in a second. Do. So a way we can test this is just in a dummy level. Or we do have a level where we're going left, right? Ah, it's easier to do it this way. So in this scenario, you have you're going left, right like this. And you want to make sure that like these bricks, when I hit this brick, it's hitting these correctly. Let's throw some bricks out here. So like here's blue. It's not destroying that one. It's not changing colors. If I go here, it's properly doing that. There you go. All right. We can check some other rotation levels just to make sure rotate itself hasn't broken, like, extremely. This is for when we're going left, right. That's pretty good. Don't see anything that feels wrong either. But as we keep playtesting, you know, if we discover something like, oh, that's wrong, well, we'll fix it. Okay. I think we're done. Yes, let's go. Wait a second. Oh, we broke 101. Wait, stop the clock. Clap. What a great coding adventure. Yikes. That was important, though. Alright, now we get to play test our last level. Just so we can say we did one. Now for reals, I'm going to beat this quick. I'm going to show it's feasible. Do I want to go that way? Oh. Mmm. Oh, it's great when, like, it works, you know? Oh. There you go. No, I meant to go in the gap. No. Boo. I messed up. Oh, now I'm really up a crick. We can break 30. So you have these extra ones, which is good. Yeah, I think I got it. Beep boop, bop bop. See, actually, well, I destroyed those. I didn't really want to. Because I want to get in to the juicy. Bam! Like that. And then go. Bam! And then. Bam! Oh! Doing so good. Although I was wasting a little bit of time and movement. What if I go in there? Bam. Oh, that was good. Oh yeah, look at that. Bam. Ooh, that was pretty fun. Alright. What is our beautiful level called? It is the briefcase. Hidden gold. Ooh, hidden gold. Cool. We named our level. I don't want to show Excel because it might be the... If I show it now, it will 100% be the thumbnail. Because I'm not choosing thumbnails. I'm just letting YouTube decide for the live clips. Guess what? We only beat one quest. We did it! We beat one quest. Quest, geothermal. Nope. Didn't get to it. Nope. But we did a cool coding quest. That's the summary. Woohoo! Alright, that's gonna be it for today. Thanks for all who tuned in today. We'll be checking this out also later on Twitch and YouTube. I'm gonna continue making levels, doing coding adventures and stuff as we need to. 10 more levels to make, and then a bunch of playtesting, a bunch more features built out. Gonna be refining the art and a whole bunch more. Get into people's hands to playtest at the start of 2026. These last 10 levels, definitely get it done by the end of December, and then we'll see how I want to distribute playtesting and stuff. But until next time, I will see you tomorrow. As always, Jesus loves you. I love you too. Check you next time. Peace.